All right, I got called out. I said I was gonna make a lot more videos, and then I didn't. And it's on me. It's just that the world's been fucked, man. Fucked for more than a year. But like for the last year, it's been depressing. Like ever since like George Floyd happened. It's just like I've had zero things on my brain worth ranting about that weren't extremely political, extremely social, extremely active, extremely woke, to the point where like I don't think anybody's gonna care. Once you start talking about things that actually matter, people want to put their fingers in their ears and go la 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 la. So I was like, why would I bother putting that out there for people? Because a lot of people just don't care. They don't want to listen to it. They don't want to know that there's a bunch of fucked up shit happening. So I just said, nah, I'm not gonna bother. But I can't let that get me down. I don't. It can't get to that point. And I do have some shit I could talk about. But to begin, like it's been fucked. It's been fucked every day, and I've spent so much time, so much energy, just being on the internet screaming at racists, just screaming at just how dumb they are, just how it's disgusting the lack of intelligence these motherfuckers have. Extremely, and the confidence that comes through the confidence of the ignorance that they have and the way they talk is just it's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling that these motherfuckers can throw a link down from a website made by a dude in his mom's basement that has zero like degrees on what he's talking about, zero experience on what he's talking about, and these people go bam, look at what he said, I'm right. I'm like, based on what? Oh, have you opened a book in your fucking life? Have you even talked to a person that doesn't look like you before you start with your just oozing of stupidity? It's so tiring. It is so tiring, and it's baffling to me how these people think that like they're in on the right side of history in absolutely anything. And it doesn't even stop at racism with these people. Like they don't believe in science. How long have we screamed at these people about wearing masks? It's a simple motherfucking thing to wear a mask. Simple as shit, and they can't do it. And now the newest thing's been the Gina Carano. I don't know what the fuck her name is. The gist of this woman from Mandalorian is that she went on Twitter and she tried to compare her conservative viewpoints and how people aren't putting up with that bullshit to Jewish people in Nazi Germany. She compared being a racist, transphobic, all around closed minded, bigoted individual and how people will no longer tolerate intolerance. She compared that to Jewish people who were put in concentration camps. And there are people agreeing with her. And it it drains every ounce of energy out of my body to try to calculate how these people are able to get up in the morning and do things. How is their brain able to remember to breathe if you're that dumb? How? I don't get it. I never will get it. But this is what I've been putting up. And this is why I have been making videos, because I've just been raging everywhere, front, left, right, and center, because of just how fucked the world is and how it doesn't seem to be getting better. We just keep taking one step forward and two steps back. We are supposed to be a people of progress, of understanding, of compassion, and there is a legit section of this world not just in America, but of this world, who would rather that we live in the fucking dark ages. It's like every sci-fi movie, TV show that we've ever watched, like, we are never going to get to that point as long as these people still exist, or as long as we keep humoring them with their bullshit. And it's awful that we're still at this point. But I'm gonna I'm gonna get off on that, and I'm just gonna move on to one more thing and just talk about um, elections, or just voting, politics in general. Like, I'm fact aside, like, it bugs the fuck out of me that some of the most privileged people in the world are the ones that tell the people that are suffering through a pandemic what they can and can have, what they can and what they are allowed to have, what they are deemed worthy of having, when it's our tax money. And yet we're dealing with these motherfuckers who are going to tell us what we can and can't have with our tax money. It's so I say that to say this. There's a lot of people that vote every 4 years for a presidential election and think they've done their job and walk away. And I just want to say that's not right. You need to vote often. You need to vote wherever possible, from local election all the way up to presidency, from dog catcher all the way up to president. In fact, I would argue that local elections are way more important than the presidential election, because most of the shit doesn't even happen up there. Like, they're in gridlock half the time because they're all a bunch of idiots. But I'll tell you one thing, a governor, a mayor, will fucking move shit forward real quick. And we have to understand that these are extremely important elections. I would, like I said, argue more important than presidential. So I just want anybody that does see this to, like, get involved locally. Make sure that you're doing your part to do your research to vote locally, because that's where the sheriffs are elected locally. Make sure you start putting non-racist people in charge locally. So perhaps maybe policies do get changed. Perhaps maybe if we start electing more people of color into those positions, things might get better top down or bottom up or something. Because without that now, there are too many of these people in charge that are getting voted in that have certain viewpoints that are not in our best interests, in anybody's best interests, that don't eat paint chips for a living. So yeah, once again, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't make as many videos as I should. I will try to see more topics that aren't super aggravating or super polarizing to talk about, perhaps, and move forward from there.